Yeah, so today we're gonna talk about whether we agree or disagree
Hmm?
about the stereotypes in Russia. The
Yeah.
first one is all Russian people are scary,
Mm.
and all Russians are mafias.
Yeah.
The second one is all women in Russia are a scammer.
Oh.
Okay, so what do you think about this, Adam?
Okay, let's talk about the first one, which is
Yeah,
all Russians are scary. Am I right?
yeah.
So, in my opinion, I think if you say that all Russian peoples are scary, I think it's just basically based on people's opinion. So, as we all may know that Russia is a big country, it's related to army and then Vladimir Putin and all that scary stuff. But I think it's all wrong because Russian people just physically or appearance, uh, they have big figures, but it doesn't mean they are all scary or they cannot be friend with. So I kind of disagree with that statement. But how about you?
Okay, so for me personally, I also disagree because they just look intimidating, but I
Yeah.
don't think that they are scary. Like
Mhm.
like scary as in like they have anger issue like oh I'm always angry all the time. I hit
Yeah.
people or I shoot some random people. No. I think it's just because
Mhm.
Russia are related to a strong army, right? Like
Yeah.
I think they are they have the one of the most strongest like
Yeah.
machinery like guns
Mm.
and all sort of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that's why people said that oh all Russians are scary, they all have
Mm.
guns at their home, they all always fight each other, they always hit each other.
Yeah.
I don't think that's it. And for the all Russians are mafias, I also disagree
Yeah. Why so?
because personally for me as a
Mhm.
girl, I really like to read novels, especially romance novels,
Romance
and
movie.
it is a very popular genre
Mhm.
in the romance novel, which is uh and like a fictional character
Yeah.
dating a Russian a Russian mafia head, like the CEO.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like handsome
And it
mafia.
all say that
Yeah.
yes. They always make it seem like these Russian people are rich, are handsome, are hot, like.
Something.
And I don't think that. I mean, it's true that, of course, uh, I think that Russia have a few mafias, like for example, in Japan,
Oh, Yakuza.
Yakuza.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, in like the Japanese Yakuza, there are those type of people, but I don't think that it is the majority
Yeah. It's
or,
not the
or
majority.
all of Russian people are mafias.
Yeah. There exists,
I
but
think it's
like in
yeah,
a
they
small scale.
exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, only like on a minor scale, like maybe
Mm,
five.
yeah.
I think most of it is only 5% of the whole population in
Yeah, I think
Russia,
so. Mm-hmm.
because if we think about it,
Mm-hmm.
of course mafias, the bad guys, they distribute drugs,
Yeah.
sell guns, like
Slavery.
slavery, such thing as
Yeah.
that.
Uh,
Even like okay, we think of it, the Russian mafias
mm,
are like are the bad guys,
yeah.
but if you think rationally or realistically,
Mm,
if you do crimes, you wouldn't say it out loud like oh I do crimes.
mm-hmm.
So I think that there of course there are Russian mafias, but they
Yeah,
are
of course.
hidden and only like a minority of the people, not all of the Russian people. So I
Uh,
disagree that on that stereotypes.
yeah, I
What do
think
you say about it?
it's kind of funny, like when people say like all Russians are mafias. Yeah, it's just like as you said before that it's only a minor scale of those people, the mafia. But the fact is that they're not really appear in public yet, obviously. And I think it's all I can say. I don't know what am I supposed to say anymore because you already say
Okay,
it clearly.
yeah. So we are gonna move on to the second one, which is all Russian women are scammers. So I'm gonna say my opinion first.
Mm.
I disagree on this stereotype because as we know, like we of course know the app TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So I know this one. I wouldn't say I know, but
Mm.
I saw this one Russian girl on TikTok. She is, of course, she is very rich, and she made this all Russian women are scammer as a
Mm.
content. Of course, on all around the world, there are many scammers,
So it's
man, woman,
just a content.
many, yeah,
Mm.
yes, even in Indonesia, but
Mm.
uh the stereotype that all Russian women are scammer.
Mm.
Uh, she used
Mm.
the stereotype as her content on on her TikTok account, so she would make more money. She would make these jokes like, "Oh, you need to squeeze all the little all amount of money from your husband, from your boyfriend, such thing as that." It's only like it's. She also said it herself that it's
Yeah.
also for content only. Of course, not all of the Russian women are like
Mm.
this, because even for gold diggers, scammer, catfisher, it's not only Russian people who does this type of thing.
Yeah.
Even in Indonesia, right?
Mm.
When you met someone online, you said, "Oh, you send a picture. Oh, she's pretty,
Mm.
she's hot, something like that." But when you meet her, she's a different person. Or you can't meet her at all because she
Yeah.
catfish you. She scam you basically.
So
So I think I disagree. What
what
about
what's
you?
what's the username? I like what's her TikTok? I think
Ah,
I
I forgot about her TikTok, but she is a Russian woman. I'll find it later, then I'll send it to
okay.
you because I remember clearly she's a pretty Russian girl. She's blonde, she has
Ah, yeah,
blue
hold on.
eyes, and she like I would maybe say promote that you need the scammer way of things, like
Mm.
you need to squeeze every ounce of money, like
Mm.
something like that. Like she promotes the luxurious life, of course, but she said that it's only for content, of course not all of it.
Mm.
She's a Russian model, I think.
Yeah.
She's a Russian model.
I like
So what
the
about you?
so I like the fact that she already said before that it's only for apa?
For
Entertainment
content.
purposes. Yeah, for the content.
Yes, yes.
So in reality, it's not like that because I think it's just basically I think it's only one guy that really hates that one female, and then he just said that all Russian women are scammer, but it's not true because I think Russian woman is also the same as the rest of the women in the world. You know, you cannot say that you cannot generalize. You know, people to become a scammer, especially either it's women or it's men. I kind of disagree with that statement as well because yeah, you cannot generalize people. All the Russian peoples are scammer or all the Indonesian people are scammer. I think that's not true at all.
Yeah, I think it's because like uh maybe this one of the time
Mm.
or sometimes Russian woman, because of course they're known for their good body, they're good looking.
Yeah.
So like some of the Russian women scam other men, for example, like American man,
Mm.
and he's like, "Oh, I can't believe that she scammed me." So he or she share it
Yeah.
online and said like, "Oh, I'm scammed by this
The
Russian
Russian
woman,
way.
and
There's
I've been scammed. Yeah,
yeah.
I've been scammed like 3 4 times. So our Russian women are scammer, like something like that." But because like people stereotype people like that, right?
Mm.
Because they for example like that time
Mm.
they are scammed by a by Russian woman, and they said like on the internet like all Russian women are scammer or something like
Yeah.
that. It's really funny actually because scammer doesn't only exist in Russia.